Right folks, welcome back to another supermarket food review. It's a little bit of a hint of what we're doing here, and I'll bring them in a sec. But if you like what we do, don't forget, hit that subscribe button, keep watching, we've got loads of supermarket reviews coming your way. So what on earth are these that we're reviewing today? Let's check them out. Wow. So, anybody remember at Christmas, everybody was bringing out Christmas dinner in a box. These are technically Easter meals in a box. That's right, folks. Both of these are available in Iceland. You got roast lamb dinner for £4 and you got roast chicken dinner for £4. The roast chicken dinner will be about 25 quid and the lamb dinner will be around about £30. Let's check out what's inside. Okay, folks, these boxes are massive. Look, this one's about 4.5 kilos. The other one is 4 kilos in there. You get a lot of different stuff inside. Let's open them up and see what we've got. First up, we're tackling the roast dinner for £4 in a box. Let's get it open and see. What do we get? First up, you've got cooking instructions. So for any of you who are not sure what to do with the frozen stuff, all the instructions are laid out there. Preheat the oven, put the chicken in, cook, all the timings, good idea. First up, best part of a roast dinner. Yorkshire puddings, 4 in there, good size ones. Honey glazed parsnips, carrot, peas and broccoli mix, ridiculously crispy roast potatoes, chicken gravy pot. Not sure if that's going to be enough, maybe you can water it out. Cooked from frozen butter basted chicken breast joints, looks decent size as well. And you got 12 pigs in blankets, because you know what? Pigs in blankets aren't just for Christmas. Now for me, this box here has got everything in that you generally need to cook. Now, are you going to be able to get all the ingredients from somewhere else, maybe fresh, for less than the £25? Absolutely. Of course you can, but I don't think that's the point of this box. This is for ease. This is for one-stop shop in a box, get it in the oven, done. It's the same with the lamb one. For those of you who don't want to be messing around, for those who can't cook physically, who won't cook, who are on shift work, who just want an easy Easter dinner where you don't have to worry about running around in the kitchen for hours because everything's just cooking away. That's who this box is made for. Or if you just want something different. That's the chicken dinner done. We're going to get cooking it in a minute and get tasting it. Let's see what comes in the lamb one. Here we go. Right. Again, cooking instructions. Nice. And basically with this one, you get to cook the lamb to your liking. So if you wanted it kind of pink in the middle, not, etc., it's got the instructions on for that. Again, most important thing, Yorkshire puddings. Carrot, broccoli and pea mix, ridiculously crispy roast potatoes, gravy, honey glazed parsnips, pigs in blanket, and you've got a half lamb leg, frozen, but look, not much bone in there, so there is quite a bit of meat on there as well. Interesting, there we go. Right, I'm also gonna get cooking this, and we'll get tasting it. Chicken one first, lamb one later. Don't laugh at me, I like a roast dinner, and I'm gonna eat as many as possible in a day, of course. Now don't get me wrong with some of these, I think that they've got everything in there you need. Do I think this gravy pot is big enough for the chicken one? Probably not. I'm gonna see if you can thin these down a little bit, but if it isn't enough gravy, you can get the instant gravy that, you know, pound from the shops or anything like that one. They always do work well. Right, we've started off the cooking following instructions. Really straightforward. Cook your chicken for an hour and 20 with a bit of foil on top. Keep the juices to the side. Why do you keep the juices to the side? You add it to the gravy later. Gives you a bit more gravy. Get your roasties on for 35 minutes, 15 minutes for the pigs in blankets, and you're kind of done within, total up, just over 2 hours. I'll see you in a couple of hours then. Let me show you the size of the meals we've got here. I think they've nailed the portion size here. I've got 4 huge platefuls with some veg left over as well. Here they are, look, 4 stacked plates and a nice big jug of gravy to go with it. Okay, so the gravy is not this big when you start it off. What they say to do is keep the juices from the chicken and mix it in with the gravy. And to be fair, that's given us, I'm a northerner, so I like a lot more gravy. That's given us a good portion of gravy. Could be a little bit more in there, but much better than it was at Christmas and the other boxes that we've seen out before as well. But as we know, it's all in the taste, so let's get tasting. Now, on the plate, loads of veg, good amount of roasties each, loads of parsnips, big Yorkshire pudding, pigs in blankets, and the chicken. The only thing I could say is that there could be more chicken on there, but you know, you get this kind of balance between a lot of it, isn't it? But let's give it a little try. Parsnips, nice, good honey roast on them, come out nice and crispy on the edges, good. Next, the roasties, can taste the beef dripping on them. They are frozen roasties, so they're not quite as good as you're gonna make homemade, but yeah, still pretty tasty. Chicken, It's just an average chicken, really. Nothing special, nothing too bad about it. Veg, frozen veg, broccoli, carrots and peas, but that way they've had a lot in there. No. Simple, easy, straightforward. Pigs in blankets. Yeah. Yorkshire pud. Yeah, nice. Good. Now finally, taste the gravy. Has come out more watery than I would like. A northerner would prefer that much thicker, but you can always add some gravy granules to thicken it up if you wanted to. You know what, adding that chicken fat into there, or the juices out the chicken, really makes a difference to it, I think. Yeah, not a bad gravy. For me, this chicken roast is based around a few different things. Can't cook, don't have the time to cook, working shifts, want to spend more time with the family. It's all in a box. You're getting an absolutely cracking size meal on there. I'm not joking. That's probably one of the biggest ones we've seen. Yeah, it's a lot more veg than it is meat, but you know, it is what it is. Throwing those pigs in blankets in there and the Yorkshire puds and the gravy all adds it together. A couple of quid on some sauces to go on the side and then maybe a little bit more gravy, and I think you've got an absolutely cracking, dead easy Easter chicken roast there. Iceland's chicken roast in a box for 25 quid. That is a proper 9 out of 10. The reason why I didn't get a 10, just some of my personal preferences on it, but out of all the boxes of roast that we've done through Christmas and these ones that are coming up for Easter, so far, this one has been the best. Okay, right, folks, let's take a look at this. We have got 4 big plates of roast dinner here. Here we go. Look at the size of them plates from this £30 lamb dinner in a box. Now that is what I call enough food on a plate, eh? Gravy-wise, could do with a little bit more, but you know what? Tub of granules doesn't set you back that much money, so there we go. But hey, it's all in the flavour, so let's get tasting. And there we go, folks. Full plate ready to go. Let's just get tucking in. All right, veg. Easy going, it's a bit basic, loads of it. That's really important. Roast potatoes, excuse the fingers. They're crispy. They're not going to be as good as if you cooked your own with like goose fat or anything like that one. That's still a pretty good, tasty frozen roast potato. Pigs in blankets. Yeah, can't go wrong with a good pig in blanket, can you? Very nice. Parsnips. Really taste the honey on these ones as well. Same as the chicken ones, very good. Now, the lamb. I've cooked it pink. Cook it for longer if you don't like it pink. That's how I like it. And now, the gravy. It's a beef gravy, but very nice. Not a lot of it though. And that takes me on to the one point I will say. I can only see, with this one, £30, one real major downside on it. You need some more gravy. That, by the way, is easily rectifiable. Just get yourself a pot of gravy granules and make some more. Again, we've said this a couple of times, but I will reiterate this one. This is not gonna replace a fully prepped, from scratch, roasties, lamb, big lamb shoulder from the butcher now, and it's not there to replace that one. It serves a purpose. Convenience and time. These things today cost money. Is it going to cost you a little bit less to get all these items fresh when they're on 15p and from the butchers for the lamb? Yeah, probably. Only a little bit though. But with that extra bit of money, I chuck this in the oven and I let it cook. That is the difference. Time back with the family is really important. Also, if you physically can't cook, physically you might not be able to, you don't know how to, that's not a problem as well. You're shift working, you just want the time back. That is what you're paying that little bit extra for. And actually, overall, apart from that little bit of gravy, this is an absolutely belting roast dinner in a box. Iceland's lamb roast dinner in a box. Guess what? You're also getting a 9 out of 10. Don't forget, guys, I'm going to be tucking into this. But if you like what we do, hit that subscribe button now. That'll do for this one, folks. We'll see you on to next.